Hey, welcome to My Music Extended. I wanted to actually let me put my glasses on. I'm gonna put my glasses on and let me do my little thing. I got this cute. My sister got me this. I think it's yeah, it's Fenty Skin. It is the so old Fenty Treats Hydrating Strengthening Lip Oil Dragon Fruit. It smells so good. It smells so good. I know I'm not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, but it smells so good. It smells good. It doesn't have a taste, but it smells good. And it's super shiny and super shiny and super shiny and hydrating. Anyway, back to today's I haven't told a dedicated supernatural story in a long time. And I do have a whole slew of them, personal ones that happened to me. And I do want to eventually put them in a book and also have it as a book and as an audio version. And I also kind of want to do, well, anyway, we're going to leave it at that. There's some other stuff I want to do with it, but all these supernatural stories will be in a book and have an audio version of them as well. I want to obviously narrate my own stories, because they're my stories, right? And this is just some peppermint tea that I'm not really enjoying. I think it's, who is it? Twining? Twining usually is a decent tea, but their peppermint tea is really, really, really weak. I have 2 bags in here and it's so weak. I have to go back to the brand that I had before. It's much better. But I've been drinking a lot of tea at work because work has been very stressful lately, more so than normal, I can say. And I'm doing between my peppermint tea and my lavender sap pills, which is literally just, the lavender flower, how you can make lavender tea and drink it. They just extract the sap and put it in a pill form, and you just take a pill. So it's just that exact same thing. It just has that calming, relaxing effect. So I've been doing that a lot lately. Did I mention already that this is the podcast where I talk about my spiritual, physical, and mental health journey? And I am Nadia. I am based out of Metro Vancouver, Canada. And today's supernatural story is supernatural, but I also have a question for everyone at the end because I'm still trying to decipher which category it fits into. So let me see. I want to do a little sound bowl therapy before I get into the story because this helps calm me and stuff. I love my sound bowl. I've been doing sound bowl. I just got this like a couple months ago now, and I'm still learning how it works. And this is just a baby one. I have my eyes on a big metal one. So anyway. Okay. So I hope everybody had a little that helped calms you. That helps calm me a lot. I do that. I'm learning to do that. I'm trying to get into the practice of using the sound bowl every night, and trying to see, if I need it during the day, I'm going to use it during the day. It's a weekend now, so I can do that. So anyway, I feel calm. I kind of want to have a nap now. But anyway, story time. My supernatural story time was when I was 14 years old. Okay. I always had a great relationship. I always had a great relationship with my mom. I always had a great relationship with my sister, except for 1 year when she was an older teenager. But other than that, I always had a great relationship with my mom and my sister. And um, I was 14, and I used to have a lot of. I used to dream and remember my dreams all the time. I have regular dreams that made no sense, regular dreams that were just crazy and had a lot of supernatural elements, and biblical things and whatever happening, with the serpents and stuff, and just kind of, I would have a lot of sometimes kind of really bad, like, demonic dreams. um and it just had a lot of things that I used to astrally project as a child, and that's another story time for another time. But I just always had vivid, wild dreams. Most of the time, they were in color. Occasionally, they were in black and white, or kind of in between. I don't want to say sepia necessarily, but just maybe I like to call it other, like, dimensional colors that we're really not supposed to see with our human eye, but we really are supposed to see, because if all of our brain is opened up, we actually would be able to see everything, whether outside of this dimension. But so I had this dream, and I remember this dream. It was very strange because this dream continued over the week. Like, it continued for about 4 nights in a row. And I say about 4 because it was so long ago. I was 14. And it continued for about 4 nights in a row. I would have the same dream, and it would continue and repeat itself. And this dream was, I was basically me, and the home was a little different, but the clothing, what I thought, why I thought it was a dream, was because I was me. My mom was still herself. My sister was herself, but they were, personality wise, in the dream, they were different. Like, they were mean. Like, I didn't have a good relationship with my sister. She was a very much mommy dearest mother. If you've ever seen that movie, just mean and condescending, and you can't do anything right, and you have to be perfect. Da, da, da. And then the clothing was of that time, so I guess it would have been the 90s of that time, but it wasn't what we would wear. So same time, era of clothing, but different. And then their personalities were completely different. We had a bad relationships. And I was really, really angry, obviously. And every night I would dream, I would get a little piece more of the dream, of the me in the dream was dreaming that I had a baby. And so Dream Me confronted my mom, and like, what are you talking about? You're 14. What do you mean? Like, go to school, get ready. And then the next night, I'd have a dream. The Dream Me would have a dream that I did have a baby, and it was, I can't remember what gender it was, but we'll just say it was a girl. and I was sent away. And my dream mom was like, "What are you talking about? Are you crazy? We're going to send you to an institution. You're talking crazy. What are you talking about?" Next night, in the dream me is figuring out I did have a baby. And in this dream world, we have the technology to give you medication to forget what happened. So dream me starts doing some investigating and figuring out, calling aunts and uncles. Was I vacationing here? Did you see me at this event? And kind of trying to fit together the timeline. And then through talking to other family members and friends, figured out you were missing for an entire several months. We didn't know where you were. And so with this learning that through friends and family that you were indeed missing, you confronted Dream Mom. I know what you did. I know that I had a baby. You sent me away, gave up my baby, and I don't know where it is. And you gave me medication to make me forget, but now I'm remembering. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Why would I do something like that? And then it was getting like, it didn't get physical, but there's a lot of arguing back and forth until the mean dream mom finally admitted, fine, we did do that. We did send you away. We did make you forget because you're 14. You're going to ruin your life. You're going to ruin our standing in the community, and we can't let that happen. So let it go. You're never going to see your baby again. It's done. Get over it. And that was the last of the dream within the dream. And so every day I, Nadia, am waking up and saying, what the hell kind of dream is this? Because all the dreams seem real to me, but especially the last dream seemed so real to me that I was convinced, me in this earth was convinced that my mom, my sweet, beautiful mom, sent me away. And so I finally, a week later, little between a week to 2 weeks later in between, because I was mad. I was like, she did it. Why is she acting like that? And I would sit there and I would just like watch her silently and not say anything. Like I just got silent. I stopped speaking. I just was watching everybody. I was suspicious. I was looking at my body. Does my body look different? Did I have a baby? And would I be able to tell if my body's different? And I'm just suspicious. And finally I said, did you send me away because I got pregnant and gave my baby away? I was like, what? She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, are you okay? She's like, and I said, are you sure? And she's like, are you okay? Like, what is wrong with you? It's like, no, you didn't have a baby. It's just, she's like, what happened? She's like, I had a dream that this happened. And I explained it to her. And she's like, no. She's like, what did you eat? And I was like so suspicious because the dream mom convinced me that it didn't happen. It felt so real. I convinced myself that my mom, was lying to me. And what I mean, I was like, I don't believe you. I said, I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. I think my sister's lying to me. I think you're both lying to me. I had a baby and you did something to me and you took my baby away. What I mean, I didn't speak to this woman for 2 weeks. Silent treatment. This is me. I was thoroughly convinced it was so real. I was convinced. And convinced that in this real life that you had given me some medication that we don't know about to make it seem like I had just dreamt it when it had happened. What the hell? And so so I had always thought that this dream was, because I believe in previous past lives. So I just thought that it was just a past life. This happened. We always come back as a soul group. So I just figured it was a past life. In one of my past lives, this is what happened. But it never really felt right to me. And one of the major reasons was because of the clothing style and the style of homes, and just the technology was all this pretty much the same. There was not like we were sitting in like having like 1950s clothing and those old fashioned phones, or no TV, or a TV with an old box, like it's just, or different hairstyles. Like everything was pretty much the same era. That's why I was like, well, that's the only theory that I can think of, was it's just I'm remembering a past life. But as I'm listening to people's TikTok stories and YouTube stories and channels, and they're talking about dimensions. And I've had experiences with dimensions before I started getting into this side of TikTok and YouTube in the past maybe 2 years, if that. I've had my own experiences with dimensions, but it never clicked in until I'm hearing people's stories and how they're meeting themselves, whether it's in dreams or in person, or having flashbacks. And it's like, oh my gosh, this was a dimensional me. I'm pretty sure this is what it was. This is me in another dimension. And for whatever reason, the dimensions crossed, and this is what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. This was an alternate universe. I was dreaming of an alternate universe, or somehow the minds melded and they're not supposed to. Or, I've even heard of stories like maybe I could have possibly in one dimension, and then that's the life that my soul went to, or I died in that dimension and this is the dimension that I went back into, because the circumstance was not good. Getting your baby taken away is not good, and making you think that it never happened, or think that you're crazy, is never a good situation. Having a horrible sister is never a sibling, or sister is never a good thing. Having a horrible mommy dearest mother is never a good situation. So maybe in that other dimension, I either, through whatever circumstance, or let me say, I gotta say this, in that other maybe in another dimension, I unalived through some way, and I was able to slip into this dimension where my soul family is a kinder, gentler, more peaceful soul family. Who knows what, but I'm pretty sure that that was another me from another dimension. And that's what it was. It happened to another Nadia. Not this Nadia, but it happened to another Nadia. And I saw it, dreamt it, and I wasn't supposed to dream it or know about it. And so I'm wondering, if I knew about her, did she dream about me? Having a better mom, a better sister, not getting pregnant at 14 and having to give the baby away. I'm very, very curious, because I'm sure if I knew about her, she knew about me. And I wonder, did it take her this long to figure it out, or does she know? Or maybe she took herself out. And that's why I'm here now. so many theories and questions. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think that it was just a straight dream and there's nothing to it? Do you think that it was a dimension, me in another dimension? Yeah, well, let me know what you think. And please, I can just see it. Like, if you have your beliefs, and that's fine, but it's not demonic. Like, I grew up in a Christian home. I've had everything is not demonic. Everything is not the devil. Everything is not demonic. Me and Jesus are cool. I think he would have been a very cool guy to listen to be friends with, to ask advice to. And I think even Jesus would say that it's not demonic. This is a big, vast universe. So many things could happen. But otherwise, yeah, leave it in the comments to let me know what you think that was. And if that made sense. Did it make sense? Let me know if it made sense. This is My Music Extended. This is the podcast where I talk about my spiritual, physical, and mental health journey and growth. And where I share supernatural stories. And I'm going to try and get back into doing some more supernatural stories because I enjoy telling them, and I'm trying to get better at telling them in a comprehensive and cohesive manner so they make sense to not only you, but to me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.